What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And today I have some awesome news for you guys. Twitter just rolled out Bitcoin tipping for iOS users via Lightning Network. And it also is looking at NFTs for the future, but that is huge news. Now, if you have a certain amount of followers or whatever, you can enable tipping if you have an Apple phone, an iPhone, basically. It isn't out for Android, it looks like right now, and it looks like you have to have Lightning Network as well. So, this is huge news. I can't wait for Android to come out as well, but let's actually read a little bit of this. So Twitter enabled Bitcoin tipping for iOS users today as part of its turning fans into fun strategy. And basically what it's trying to do is become a platform for content creators. Like me, that's awesome. Hopefully, we'll get a huge fan base, and we've already started making money through sponsors and through donations from you awesome followers of mine and subscribers and inner council and just all of you awesome people that, watch and follow the show. So thank you very much. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and become part of the Bitcoin Renegade family and the Bitcoin Renegade army. So, and also, comment below if you think this is a good idea for Twitter to enable tipping for content creators. Would that maybe motivate some of you to become a content creator? I actually am into watching other up-and-coming creators. So, if you guys, want to start a channel, I'll support you, just hit me up and then let me know. So yeah, this is pretty cool though. The platform is focused on becoming a hub for creators, like I was saying. And I guess they are also planning to roll out an NFT authentication feature, though it's early days for this particular product, I guess. They haven't really solidified what they're going to do, but they're thinking about something with NFTs, and we'll see. Remember, I told you about the rumors, and now it has actually been enabled. So, after rumors swirled earlier this month, like I told you in my previous video, social media platform Twitter has officially rolled out its tips function worldwide. So it's not just like a few people, it's everywhere now. So anybody, and I think you have to have more than 1,000 followers for it to be enabled. Now that I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 95% sure about that. So with a Bitcoin integration, including via the Lightning Network for Bitcoin. So you can buy McDonald's in El Salvador on Lightning Network, and now you can tip people on Twitter via the Lightning Network. It's a pretty awesome feature for Bitcoin. It's a game changer because it allows more transactions to go through per minute. That's why, of course, the Lightning Network. And because Bitcoin, that is the major problem. When Bitcoin goes to way, way high prices, the transaction fees go to the moon because it only can do a certain amount of transactions per second, and the Lightning Network changes that and allows for more transactions per second, so that way you pay less fees. You just have to enable the Lightning Network and everything. So, I might do a video on how to use the Lightning Network one day. But let's talk about this a little bit. What would you guys, think about this? Should I enable tipping? I'm at almost 550 followers on Twitter, and so I guess it takes 1,000 to enable the Bitcoin tipping for it. So, and you have to have iOS. So I don't know if I can enable tipping with an Android, but only people with iOS can pay for it. So once I get to 1,000, I can find out, hey, can I enable tipping even though I have an Android, and see if iPhones can still tip me. I know that Androids couldn't do that, so that's pretty cool. And I wonder if there's anything else in here that, here, The Bitcoin component will utilize the Lightning Network, a layer 2 solution that product manager Esther Crawford said the team selected for its lower transaction fees because, like I said, it can do more per second, and the users can add their Lightning wallet or their Bitcoin address to enable the sending and receiving of tips in Bitcoin. For now, the integration is only rolled out to iOS users, but Android is soon to come, promised Crawford. So this doesn't say if it's only iOS users that can enable it for their account and only being tipped through other iOS users, or anybody can enable it but only being tipped through iOS users. That it doesn't say. It just says basically iOS. So I bet anybody can enable it if you have 1,000 subscribers, but you might not be able to collect it if you don't have iOS, because it says it has to integrate with the Lightning Network, and that might only be possible through iOS as well. So I might think about getting me an iPhone then if that's the case, because that would be awesome to have that feature. And I don't really like this Android phone very much, actually. So I'm thinking about maybe trading for an iPhone. I don't know if I can do that at my current thing, but maybe. We'll see. But yeah, this is amazing news. I do want to go in to talk about Bitcoin a little bit right now before we go. There is this thing that I wanted to show you on Forbes. We can't go in and read it because Forbes charges for their articles, I guess. But yeah, so Forbes, planting the seeds of a crypto revolution. How blockchain and decentralized finance can feed the poor in Africa. And like that's been one of my biggest focuses of crypto, and why I really admire Vitalik Buterin, because he gave away like all those trillions of, or billions, I don't know how many Shiba Inu that he gave to people affected in India. I think it was because of, I don't know the reason he gave. There was a reason, and if I did know the reason, I don't really want to get into it. But yeah, so I just like that kind of stuff, the charity like behind it. And that's the thing about crypto, it brings money to the poor people. Like they can have a $20 investment make them thousands of dollars, something that they couldn't have done before. If they put $20 in the right crypto, you can turn it into $1,000 easy. I've done it before. I've done it like 3 or 4 times. Turn $20 into $1,000. It's very rare, and I've only done it maybe 4 times in a year and a half. But it is possible from up and coming coins, or certain altcoins, or if you bought into Bitcoin at $9,000, or even when it dips. If you buy Bitcoin every time it dipped, like say at 30,000, like a couple months ago, it was at 30,000 for about 3 months. And say you bought every week for that 3 months at 30,000. Well, we're sitting at, 44,800. So you would be $14,000 in the profit on all of those trades that you made. Because it was at, let's look how long it was down there. It was down from, we talked about this the other day too, but not about this thing. It was down there from May until almost the end of July. So May, June, July, August, almost for 3.5, 4 months. It was down there. From 40 to 30 to 40,000. And a lot of the time it was at 30. And, or 32, 33, 30. You know, you could have bought a lot of Bitcoin down there. And now it's sitting in the 40 to 50 range. And that's what I was telling everybody. And they're like, oh, it's going to 20, it's going to 20. This is not how the bull cycle ends. It's a 4-year cyclical coin. It's not just going to change all of a sudden. Yet. I mean, one day that might happen, and I think that's why people are thinking, oh, you know, this might be the time where Bitcoin changes forever and, you know, breaks that cycle. Well, it's not doing it this time. Maybe the next 4 years, it could happen, and it'll break, and we'll go way higher, and Bitcoin could reach $1 million. And I think it's going to. Honestly, this is just a lot of the volatility in the first part of a technology shift and what we call, Bitcoin is basically the biggest thing that has happened. And the crazy thing that I always like to mention is it happened and was created because and in spite of the 2008 recession that we had. So, and they were looking for what would happen, if the dollar crashes, just in case of backup, or not even crashes, but, inflates a lot. Because I don't know if the dollar will ever crash because it is very strong, but we will go through economic crises where the dollar can weaken. And that's where we need Bitcoin to come in and work side by side and maybe add value to the dollar and find some way for the Bitcoin and the dollar to work side by side, one being centralized as the dollar and one decentralized as Bitcoin, neither one controlling the other but working side by side tangibly. And I think that's the future for Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to be much of a monetary thing. That's why I don't think it's going to replace the dollar. Because look at the Lightning Network, yeah, you can do things fast on that, but to actually be a monetary thing, it has to do billions and billions of transactions, not per day, so let's just say millions of transactions per day to be a global monetary system, and the Bitcoin network can't handle that. Now, I don't even think the Lightning Network can handle that. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think it can ever be a monetary system like that, but a store of value, a hedge against inflation, now we're talking. Now this is where Bitcoin has got its real value, and plus, yeah, it is a peer-to-peer monetary system still, but not a lot of people will pass back and forth $44,782. But that's why it's good that Bitcoin breaks down to satoshis and everything else. But so I just want to go over the price right now of Bitcoin and where we're headed. So I believe we are on a trajectory back to test our previous resistance of about 48,000. And when we get back above that, it's just going to be like when we climbed before, guys. So we're going to have a lot of resistance at right here about 45. We're going to have resistance here, and then we're going to go up to about 48.8, and we're going to have resistance there, and then we're going to go to about 49.5, and there's some resistance there, and then when we get above 50, and then 52, there's just more resistance, big resistance at 52. So we have a lot of resistance we're going to have to bypass because it has all of that support that we had above there is now resistance to us. So we're just going to have to, claw and climb back up, which is fine. It's just going to take more time, which is perfect in line with the cyclical nature of Bitcoin and how we're going to top out in December and not in October or November. Maybe November. Possibly for Bitcoin and then altcoins in December. But I'm really thinking it's going to be the first part of December for Bitcoin, and then altcoin season will happen the last part of December, early January even. I think we are going to see a longer bull run this time than the 2017 market. It might take till January. It might not even happen new all-time highs until January. It might extend longer. So this is a chance that it will change partially this time. I don't think it'll change fully this time. It's not going to, but it can change partially. It can extend the bull market from longer than it did in 2017. I think I want to research if that's true from 2013 to 2017. Did it extend? I want to do kind of side by side comparisons of 2013 to 2017. When did the bull run start in 2013? When did it end? How long were each of them? Were they the same length? And how much percentage from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top and then the top to the bottom of each bull market. Those would be very good pieces of information to have. And if you guys have that information, leave it in the comments below or a place where I can find that information. That would be incredible. Just remind me, be like, hey, this is the information, you can find, about those comparisons of, how long the bull market was in 2013 and how long it was in 2017 and how long it's going to be now. Now, if they were the same exact, I don't think it was. My opinion on what I think it is, and I don't know if it's true. I'm gonna have to do the research, but what I think is, I think it probably got longer from 2013 to 2017. It probably extended by at least a couple of weeks, maybe. That's just my opinion. I don't know. And then this is my hypothesis, let's say. And then we'll say in 2022 or 2021, we're gonna have an even longer one than 2017, and so we might even extend into January or February. I don't think it's gonna be shorter though. But Bitcoin is known to throw you for a loop. If we blast off to 100,000 in October, then I will change my opinion, because we're going to go down after that. So if we do blast off real quick, but that's the only way that I see that happening. If not, I see possibly November, December, January, even at the latest February, March. Is probably not going to be March. So if we don't see it in February, we might have a new normal of like $30,000 to $50,000 Bitcoin, even in a bear market. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like a $50,000 Bitcoin in a bear market? Oh, Bitcoin's down to an all-time low, or like a seasonal low of like, 50,000. Darn it. We're just at 190,000. Bitcoin's sitting at a low 50,000. And that's what people get now, like when Bitcoin goes to 40 grand. They're like, oh no, Bitcoin at this low price. Are you serious? Did you not know about Bitcoin last year? And I think it's so funny that everybody was like, Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's done. It's over. There's no more Bitcoin. And I was like, no, I see every company adopting it. Why would they adopt it if Bitcoin is over with? Why would all these places? And that's why I started making videos. I'm like, guys, I'll show you why Bitcoin's going to do good. And then I'll show you the progress. And then, bam, I have this channel and these amazing people that, subscribe to my channel, follow me every day, and, add value and stock to my dream. I have a new dream, and it's to become a crypto YouTuber. I'm going to become at least the top 100. That is my goal. And what I'm doing here, guys. So if you want to help me be the top 100 crypto YouTuber, and get my teeth fixed, when I become rich, because all the cheap dentists around here don't want to help me fix my teeth, because they're cheap. I need to go to an expensive dentist, and it costs a lot of money. So if you guys help me get my channel up, then you can help me achieve my dreams of getting more teeth and having a successful crypto channel. So I just said that because a lot of people gave me a hard time about buying teeth with the money. It's like, so what, you expect me to take all my investments? And then, actually, I even went to the dentist, so they won't. There's reasons why I can't get front teeth right this second, right now, anyway. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to do at the dentist, so it's going to take a while anyways. So, yeah, guys, if you can help my dream come true, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below, and comment a good dentist if you got one, because I don't know of a good dentist. I'm serious. Like, I need a good dentist. I'm getting a second opinion. But other than that, yeah, everything's looking good in Bitcoin. I'm just my raw self with you guys. That's what I like about YouTube. And that's why what company out there or what commercial out there would talk about their flaws with you? They try to hide their flaws. That's the whole purpose of TV, basically, is to hide all the humanity's flaws and all your flaws. And I just expose mine, because you know what? We are what we are, and there's reasons that I'm like this. And I'm an advocate for, being clean and sober, not doing drugs, because it leads to, what happened here. And a lot of the things that happened bad in my life were because of, drug addiction. And I didn't even know how bad of a disease it was that I had in addiction. And a lot of people don't agree that it's a disease, but addiction is a disease and you need treatment to, get help. And there's places out there that are designed, for the addiction treatment, which is a disease, so a clinically recognized disease. And that's why I want to be an advocate and help people. And this platform, yes, it's about crypto, but it's also, I'm a humanitarian, and I'm a philanthropist too, so I'm really about helping people. And now that I'm having this platform that I can use, I'm gonna do all sorts of stuff, like the Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month is this month. Black History Month is in February. I know that's not right now, but like those kind of things I'm going to bring awareness to through this platform. Just whatever's going on positive that we can donate and help. And you're going to see me donate to these places too. And we're just going to do some amazing things here together, guys. And I can't do this without you. I don't care about all those haters. I was just kind of making fun of it a little bit because, I'm okay with my flaws. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't make videos every day that show me talking, or I would talk like this so you couldn't see. It doesn't really bother me that much anymore. It did at first, I'm not going to lie, because I'm human. What human wouldn't it bother? But, you become comfortable with yourself. And I don't want to be comfortable with not having front teeth, but I'm just saying, for now, that's my truth. So you live your truth. And for Bitcoin's truth, it's going up, and we're having a retest right now. But I think it is funny how this looks like a bigger version of this over here. Like, honestly, I didn't want to say that, because then that means it was going to go down and then sideways for a while if it's the same thing. Because look right here, here's this, and then that would be that right here. And then the first, thing up, that's kind of that right there. It didn't go up quite as much. That's why it's a littler version. And then this one, and then this peak is right there. And then this peak is right there. So yeah, and then it dumped. So it's basically the same exact thing that happened, except on a smaller scale. You see? And I think I am going to give credit to Carl from the Moon, because he did point that out before I did. He didn't put the thought in my head, though. I had that thought before he did, but I did hear him say it as well. So I thought I'd shout him out for that, because, hey, good look, because it does look almost identical. And I call this the Bitcoin Renegade bear paw pattern. And it works every time. Whenever we... let's see if I can get the brush here, and I can show you whenever we go below a certain level right here, then it breaks down even further. And you can see it broke that certain level right, no, that's too hot, right there. So when it broke the level right there, even after the first one, that's what really made me think when it went down from right here and right there, it's the exact same thing. So you could see it coming, and I just didn't want to believe it. And that's the psychological part of trading with Bitcoin and everything, because when you trade and you don't want the bad scenario to happen, but that's where you can get wrecked, when you're like, oh, you refuse to believe what you see with your eyes. You're like, oh, this is the same thing that happened over here. Well, no, that can't be. It can't, this is a new bull cycle. That's not happening. And then boom, it happened exactly the same. And so that's why Bitcoin is a cyclical coin. You can even see it in the short term here with this big pattern and this little pattern, the Bitcoin Renegade bear paw pattern. And that is what it is, and it starts a bear market for a little while. But this one's just a smaller version, so it's not going to be a bear market like we saw for 3 months. It's just this minute bear market we have for about a week, hopefully. And then we'll start to go back to, the 50,000 range, and then get to 52. And now that we're coming back at it again, we might be able to break it if we get enough steam to go through. But we're going to have a lot of resistance before we even get to 52,000. So, all right, guys. That being said, you know what time it is? Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!